Hi guys, this is talking you guys through your third essay assignment. And this essay is entirely different than the last two. So you guys have been reading a short story in a grove, and you guys are going to create an essay that essentially has an argument about in a grove. And you're going to focus on either a character, a theme, or an approach. So an argument essentially is anything that you write in a literary analysis essay. This is basically anything that says, I believe the theme in a grove is the importance of truth, or I believe that the character X is lying. That is an argument. That's your thesis statement. And then from there, you're going to focus on the literary elements that prove or show that. So if I wanted to say that an important theme in a grove is the idea of truth versus perception, I would say that the dialogue is important in showing this. That would be my first main idea. My second main idea might be something like the flashbacks that are used, or foreshadowing that is used. And then my third point might be that the imagery is really important in showing truth versus perception. And then I would pull in specific evidence from the text in the form of quotes that show what I'm talking about. So essentially, you're creating an argumentative essay that focuses on the literary analysis around the text. So if you choose to talk about a character, there's some things you can think about. So think about the behaviors and the motivations of the character. So what are the descriptions that we get of that character? What are their characteristics? What are they like? How do you know? Do any of those characteristics conflict with one another? Is the character trustworthy? Might they be telling the truth, or might they be lying, and why? What does that character stand to gain or lose? And then I want you to think, you could also think about the background of the character. So what is their sort of historical background? Do they have a history of doing X, Y, or Z? How does that help you understand who that character is? If you do the theme would be the overall message or point of the story. So what is the reader supposed to get from the story? What evidence do you have that shows that theme? If you did an approach, something like a feminist reading or a cultural reading or a new critical reading, you think about the school of thought applied to the text. So, for example, if you did a gendered reading, a feminist reading of the text, you might look at the female character and analyze how she's treated within the text. If you did a cultural reading, you might look at the culture itself. You could also do like a psychological reading where you incorporate psychological reasoning. For example, I've had students who have argued that the main character is a sociopath, and they've incorporated evidence about what a sociopath is and does and why that fits with specific evidence quotes from the character. So choose one of those. Don't choose all of them. It would be way too much to try and do all of those. Your essay is going to be 3 to 4 pages in length and is due on Sunday, July 28th by midnight. Requires MLA formatting. Of course, it'll be checked for plagiarism, and requires, as usual, the minimum page length. You're just going to submit in your final essay, your final draft, with a bibliography. The bibliography just needs to have the text on it, and if you choose to use outside sources, they can be really helpful, but you certainly don't have to. But if you do use them, I do expect them to be on the bibliography and cited in text. So if you have any questions about this, let me know. But again, this is just a basic literary analysis essay like you've done probably a million times in high school. It's just that you are writing essentially an argument about the text, about the story. And you've always done that. You just may not have thought about it as an argument. So again, this does need to have a clear thesis, a good set of main ideas with evidence from the text to show or prove your point, and a conclusion. If you guys have questions, let me know. But otherwise, I think you guys do a great job on this.